I feel bad because when we talked before the season, and I was like, "Who do you want at 5?" And you were like, kind of like Charlie Condon. I think Charlie Condon could pop. And I was like, I'm Georgia grad, so I was on the Charlie Condon trade too. And I said, I think we had him ranked 7th, maybe coming into the year, 5th, somewhere like that. And I said, I don't think he gets enough love because I don't really see a whole lot of difference between him and Nick Kurtz, who was like considered the most devastating hitter in all around hitter in the class. And I thought he was underrated athletically, that he wasn't a first base only. But you can't have Charlie Condon at 5. He's not going to get there. I think despite our own rankings, which are not my own list, I think he's the best player in the draft. We have him number 2 on our list because we did a executive survey, and 2/3 of the people who responded to Jonathan Mayo said that Travis Bazzana is better. And I think it's not insane, but I just disagree. It's weird. So I disagree with our own list. But the 3 guys you cannot get at number 5, nah, I'm going to say 3. You definitely can't have Charlie Condon out of Georgia at number 5. You definitely can't have Travis Bazzana out of Oregon State number 5. And I'm about 95% sure you can't have Jack Caglione out of Florida at number 5. I think Oakland's kind of wide open. Anybody else theoretically could be in play at 5. So who do you want at 5 now, Josh? I'm going to ask you the question. You can't have those 3 guys. Who do you want at 5?
We're just getting right to it because I was trying to lead up to that question.
I'm sorry.
No.
About your opinions on it. Like,
No,
you had the right
all.
call though. Before the season, you had the right call.
If
you could have taken Charlie Condon with the 5th pick and signed him right then for full slot, that would have been a good move if that was an option for the White Sox. But it would have been.
But yes. For when it comes to the 5th overall pick for the White Sox, and the way that I'm looking at it, like what we have heard from Sox Machine, and I need to be clear because there's a lot of people in my recent writings on Sox Machine think I'm advocating that the White Sox must take a position player based on need. No, that's just from what we have heard speaking to White Sox scouts, that they are pushing us to, you should talk more about the position players because that's probably what we're going to be doing at pick number 5.
And that's what I'm hearing too. So 100%. I agree. Yeah.
Because for like a good month, I was thinking, man, if you trade Garrett Crochet, you may have his replacement in Hagen Smith at Arkansas. He and Noah Schultz just continue to find these power left-handed pitchers that have weird throwing styles. But the more I thought about it and writing about as far as the particular position players that could be available and what Josh Barfield, the assistant GM of the White Sox, said before the season, the type of position players that they want to acquire and develop, it really points to Konnor Griffin for me. Just based on the tools that he has, the athleticism, the arm, yes, the hitting mechanics need to be developed. And that is something that he was on your podcast. You just got a chance to talk to Konnor on your show, Jim. And
super impressive kid. Super impressive.
And my big takeaway from that is that usually with high school top end prospects, it feels like they give them this chip on their shoulder that they want to prove people wrong, that even though they're 18 years old, that they can play professional baseball. Konnor was very upfront with you. Like, I need to improve my hitting. And that's what I'm looking forward when I join a professional baseball organization or even go to LSU. I want to be a better hitter. And I felt like, okay, this is someone that could be coached up.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a tough one because on one hand, he reclassified. I mean, he's 18, so he's not super young like Wolkow was, but like he reclassified. He was originally going to be part of next year's draft. He's already the best high school prospect in this year's draft. And I think he's got the highest ceiling, Josh, of anybody in the entire draft. I mean, I've talked about him so many times. I have this little like spiel all prepared. He's essentially a potential 30-30 guy who could be a plus shortstop or a Gold Glove center fielder. That's pretty good. Like, that's high ceiling in the draft. He's also up to like 96 on the mound as a right-handed pitcher too. Like, he'd probably be top 2 round guy as a pitcher if he was just a pitcher. He's crazy talented. Makeup's off the charts. High school stats are high school stats, but he did lead the nation. He stole 87 bases in 88 tries this year. We need to find the catcher who threw him out and find out what happened on that one.
Oh, he got picked off at home. He was trying to steal home.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That makes sense. I don't know how you throw him out Mississippi high school or like stealing second base or something. But anyway, the big question, and it's like I'm torn. So there are several teams who think that his swing, like when you look at the data and the path and everything, that it's not going to play well against big league pitching. There are teams in the top 10 who are just out on Konnor Griffin because of the bat path, and I'm oversimplifying it, but like concerns about him hitting. And in fact, I think if you're looking at the teams at the top of the draft, Cleveland's not going to take Konnor Griffin. I think if they did go high schooler at 1 and it was discount, they would take Konnor Griffin over Bryce Rayner, who's a shortstop from California. The White Sox would take Griffin over Rayner. And then I think the next team would be the Pirates. So like, I think that's 3 out of the top 9 teams would take Griffin over Rayner. The other teams will all take Rayner. So it's just very interesting. The teams that love Griffin, and the teams that don't love Griffin don't love him. And it's, and again, I'm not a hitting guru. I don't know. I can't sit there and tell you, oh yeah, I'm looking at the data on the swing and there's no way it's going to play. Their teams are convinced it's just like, this type of swing does not play well. And so he's just where everybody's very locked in. Like the guys that love Konnor Griffin agree with me and think he has the highest ceiling in the draft. And their teams are just like, we're just too concerned about the bat. We couldn't take him that high. So I don't, but I do think you're hearing the same stuff I'm hearing. I think he's the favorite. I think the 3 college bats that would be in play at 5, if they get there, one would be Caglione if he gets there. And,
right.
And even though he's the two-way guy at Florida, he's purely a hitter at the next level. And then who am I saying? Oh, Braden Montgomery could be in play. Braden Montgomery could be in play after, Texas A&M outfielder. I think he's kind of the favorite to go 4th to Oakland, although not sure. And then the other guy would be J.J. Weatherholt of West Virginia, who came into the year as our top-ranked prospect and had a hamstring injury and missed half the season. But honestly, outside the injury, there's not really that much different between him and Travis Bazzana. And you might get a good value in Weatherholt. I think the mock draft, last time I did a mock draft, I had Caglione and Montgomery going. So it was Griffin versus Weatherholt. And I went Griffin. But I do hear there are a lot of teams who think it's Konnor Griffin. Like I think the teams behind them think they're taking Konnor Griffin.
Thanks for watching this Sox Machine video. Make sure to subscribe to the Sox Machine podcast wherever you listen to podcasts such as Spotify and Apple Music. Follow us on social media. We're on all the platforms at Sox Machine. And always subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SoxMachine.